Hi there, thanks for tuning in to Exile Island. My name is Abatan Sheriffdeen, or you can call me Sheriff, and I'm a top rated plus freelance data analyst on Upwork. I've had major success on the platform for the past 4 years of using the platform for my freelance business. I'm currently trying to upskill myself and learn some new stuff in Excel, SQL, Power BI, and Python. So I'm subscribed to a 1 year subscription on Datacamp. I'm trying to maximize it to the best of my knowledge. So I'm currently learning data analysis in SQL, and I've been doing that consistently for the past 22 days. If I take a couple of lessons today will be my 23-day learning streak, and I'm trying to achieve a 100-day learning streak. So I'll be live streaming for the rest of the remaining 100 days. So this is what I do daily on my channel, and I make a couple of other videos on Excel. In the coming days, I'll be adding Power BI, SQL, and also talk about freelancing, remote work, and how to be a successful freelancer. So if you're looking for a course that will guide you to become a top 1% freelancer in the world, then you should check out my course. Not my course, you should check out the course by my coach Bing Adebiyi. The name of the course is Freelance Clients Magnet Course, which teaches you how to become a successful freelancer on Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn, other and remote job websites like Remote Work, Remotive.com, People Per Hour, a host of that, and also how to use the social media to land clients and gigs. So you get all this full package in the course. The link to the course is in the YouTube description. I also leave a link to my coach Twitter account, BigADBE, under the YouTube description, so you can check out his Twitter account. You see a lot of testimonials from successful students who has followed his instructions. He teaches you what to do, what not to do, and how to navigate various freelance platforms. He also helps you to upscale if you want to be a successful freelancer, like an agency, and have your own freelancer working for you, so you can help upscale and make more money in the freelancing world. So check out the course under the YouTube description. They get it now. So and use my coupon code Excel Island to get 10% off the course. They get it now. Also, you can also support this channel by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you come across this live video or anytime you come across the video. Do support the channel. So let's get back to today's lesson so I can be on my 23-day learning streak. So let's get to it. So usually every time I log into my Datacamp dashboard, based on what I'm currently learning, I have a couple of sections to review, weak areas. So we found some weak areas for you to review. And I'm currently on this track. Let me show you the career track I'm currently on, which is the data analyst. There's so many programs you can enroll in, but I'm currently enrolled in this data analyst in SQL, this one. So I click that. So this track has 11 courses and one project. Is over 39 hours, and I've completed Introduction to SQL. And by the end of this 100 days, if I finish it before after the 100 days, I plan to go back and review everything from scratch again. I'll start all over again, but this time around it will be a little bit faster because I've taken it. I have to make sure that I the technical terms I implement them and master them pretty well. So I'm still planning to start all over again. You get it now. So you can join also. So I'm currently on this data manipulation in SQL. I've completed 3 courses. I have the total courses are 11. So if I complete this section today, I will have completed 4 courses, but there's still a lot below it. Like I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I still have 7 more courses to go, and each at least each course is like 3 to 4 hours. You get it now. So let me just go back to to the dashboard and just review a couple of weak areas, and I'm planning to finish this section today. Like let me review these weak areas. Short and simple sub queries. When I'll be sincere, it has been really, really challenging trying to be consistent, but I'm trying to create some habits in my life generally. I'm trying to achieve some goals before the end of the year. We're in the last quarter of the year. Yes, last quarter. We are in September, October, November, December. Yeah, we are in the last quarter of the year 2023. So I'm trying to see what I can achieve. We need this format and compare it before we get to the year 2024. So let's review these couple of weak areas according to my learning habits so far on the platform. So complete the code to return the output. Select date, the temperature minus probably, okay, this is the date, this is the temperature column, the temperature difference. So that we average temperature minus the actual temperature. Now we select average temperature from where are we from temperature, select average temperature from hold on, from the temp table. Let me reset that. Select average temperature from temp, so from the temp table. So this is the temp table also here. So with that, when we get the average temperature, it will be minus from, so that we will not be getting the actual temperature minus the average temperature. That will give us our answer there. That's pretty simple. So the free kick accuracy of players in the European soccer database is 48.2%. What is the output of this code? Free kick, let's check that. So the player name free kick accuracy from players. Where player name in, so that means in this under this subquery here should return a single, or subquery in the where clause is going to return a single scalar value. So I expect it to return player name like Andre. This will be the answer. Even this like has given us the answer already. So this will be the answer. Where player name in, so the player name will also be selected here. So player name will be selected here. That's correct. Then the code to return the output, league, date, home goal, and away goal. I think I did this yesterday also. So this should be the answer. Yeah, this should be the answer. Because the home goal, when you look at this query, select name as league. The league is then selected, the date is selected, the home goal and away goal from league. So in this inner join here, this form clause here, the form clause can return here, can return a column, two or more columns. So the form clause is the result of the form clause. The result of the form subquery is quite different from the result of the select. When you have a subquery in your select or in your where clause, you get it. So that is the answer there. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, complete the code. All these set of business to count number of matches in this season with two times the average. So there's two times the average. So after have a subquery with us. So let's season count IED from, so this is subquery from in our form clause. So we are going to say select season ID from March where home goal is greater than, oh calm down. There's only a select clause in our now. So the home goal here, we have to just have to be, hold up, where home goal is greater than, mm, let me set that first. Select season. So this one is selected. No doubt about that. Select season ID from March where home goal is greater than. So the select is going to return two columns, season and ID. Then this is not going to count it. So these are our where clause here. That should be got is single scalar value here. Yeah, that's correct. So let the code return the output. Country, hometown, away team, and average home goal. So this average home goal. So I'm looking for something like uh, team as team name. This one is returning name as country. So this one is correct. This one giving us select home ID. This is correct. From the select statement, this is correct immediately. This is incorrect rather immediately. So this is between this one, this last option, this third option, and the first option. So hold up, home team are waiting. This one is having a subquery here. We don't need a subquery for something like this. We don't need a subquery. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, a round of applause for myself. Day 23. Let's go. Consistency and a little bit of learning every day piles up to a cumbersome knowledge. So I don't just want to sit down and just rush over the whole course course material without actually practicing. Take something little, practice it every day. Take something little, practice it every day. That's the goal. You don't just want to just cross over the whole courses and just so correlative queries. I don't like correlative queries. I don't like this correlative queries. I don't. I'll try to master it. Yeah? So in a table of soccer matches, which match has a total number of goals scored more than three times the average? I mean three times. You just have to multiply the average times three. That's just all. Can you determine this using correlative subquery? Below is the preview of the match table. Match table, country ID, date, home goal, away goal. Complete the code to return the output. Okay. Okay. In a table of soccer matches, which match have a total number of goals scored more than three times the average? In a table of soccer matches, hmm, which match? So there's a select dates, home goal, away goal from match as M, where home goal plus away goal is greater than three times the average. So we have to calculate the average first from here. Cool. So the average has been calculated from the select average. So okay, they are using same table over again. So they have to name it as M1. So the subquery normally the subquery run first will be run first, then it will be fed to the outer query. So you can just rename the subquery as anything you want, just to differentiate the two. Even though you can use same table in a subquery and your main query. So three times the average, select average from home goal. This is where it is now tricky. Where it is okay. They want me to where M is equal to dash. Come on. Where M country ID is equal to M1 country ID. Yes, because this our country ID from our match table from our M table actually, as we have named this M1, this new subquery table, which is still the same match table as M1. So you have to join on the M1 country ID. Come back to check that's correct. Okay, now getting interesting. Oluwatobiloba is only me. When you are taking technical courses, they tend to start feeling sickly towards the beginning of the course. That's maybe because I just took hot tea this morning though. Mm, let's see this one again. Now, with the most popular stations to start a trip, also the most popular stations to end a trip. Can you set up a join? Can you set up and join two cities to get this result? Here is a review of the trip table. Okay. Are the most popular stations to start a trip also the most popular stations to end a trip? So can you set up a join? Can you set up and join two cities? That is, cities are common table expressions. So there's a way you do cities to make sure your code looks more professional and more readable. And cities are super powerful. I think I love cities more than joins, more than any other software rather. Cities are more interesting and very easy to read and interpret by anyone. So if I say with, so I'm supposed to start with here. So that's pretty simple. With S, so with S as this is my subquery. So with S as start, so let's start station. Count start date as ST from tweet. Go by start station. This is correct. So I'm going to have another as here. Where is that? Hold up, comma. Hmm. When you're doing cities, you can separate two multiple subquery with a comma without anything here. So what do you now have here? From trip, hold up, mm, code by station, then another select end station. In our join, no, it will be in our join. So in our join should be here. In our join E, where is E? Where is our E? Select count station as end. Hmm. Hmm. In our join, then I should be seeing the on clause somewhere here. This is another subquery. So my inner join is not supposed to be here. My inner join is supposed to be here. So what's supposed to be here? Hold up. Then this one will be E. So with E, so comma E as, so I'm starting another city here. So yeah. So my inner join should be here. Inner join E on station ends the station equals to E the station. Let's hold up. Let me confirm that. So we also have where's our E here? E as, okay, this is our E. Then where's our join clause? End station. So E dot end station. So that's correct. Ooh, damn. What's my mistake? In I join E with S as E dot end station. Oh, come on, hold up. I shouldn't feel that way. What type of query can be placed inside the common table expression? What type of query can be placed inside the common? What type of queries can be placed inside the common table expressions? Uh, common table. Okay, inside the common table, that is CT. So queries in select, yes. So queries in font, so queries in where. You can place all there. Let's return of the output. So player name, preferred food, potential, so attacking work rate and penalties. Hold up. Player name, preferred food, potential. Then this is not complete from our select statement. Good, we'll check the where clause. Stop creating the where clause. We're expecting just a single value, so this is not correct. This is close to it. Player name, preferred food, then the potential field, attacking work rate and penalties. Okay, attacking work rates and penalties. This is close to the answer, but let's see from players where penalties greater than one. That is wrong. Is there average penalties there? There's no average calculation there. Where penalties greater than, this is complicated. Hold up, greater than one. Average. So there's not any average calculation here. This is even looking much more complicated. So that is quite straightforward. So the second option is the correct answer. What is the output of this code? Select start station, count the rows as strips, average duration as average duration from from our form clause here. We're expecting it to return the start station and the duration field. So this will now be fed into the start station that we selected from here and average duration. So comma from from the form clause, it will now select count station, select start station, then it will now use. So this is showing us that for this our select from the form clause, the subquery in the form clause is going to return the start station. So this start station will be selected in our outer query. Then the average duration will now be calculated. This duration column will be used for this average duration. Then this count star is going to count every record in every rows in this start station and duration table as our trips. You get it now. So it's a where start date is this year. It's now go by start station limit theory. So let me look at the code that will return that start station. So this is the answer. What zip code there? There's no even zip code in our option. This one I feel that it was a big mistake with SRs and ERs. My mistake was here. In our join E, so my join clause was wrong. It's not supposed to be wrong. I did a silly mistake there. When you look at my ERs, so the joining clause will be this end station. It should be E dot end station. Yes, now this one is S dot start station. This one will be E. That's what I chose in my answer. Because this one is the start station. It was selected in our first CPE. Then the end station was selected here. Count end date as end from tweet. So let me double check very well. How come I feel it earlier? That was not good. Cities are very simple to write. I just switch it to it for them. So this will not be used. This is just return its own query. Let's do that. Yeah, practice, 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 practice. So I've practiced what I'm supposed to practice. So I'm good to go. Day 23 is quick achieved. But let me complete this section today. So I want to watch the lesson again before I go to the. So this is why I stopped. Let's take a look at the lesson today. So I'm on sliding Windows functions. So I think I've done Windows functions, simple Windows functions last time. So just a Windows function.
In addition to calculating aggregate and rank information, window functions can also be used to calculate information that changes with each subsequent row in a dataset. These types of window functions are called sliding windows. Sliding windows are functions that perform calculations relative to the current row of a dataset. You can use sliding windows to calculate a wide variety of information that aggregates one row at a time down your dataset. Running totals, sums, counts, and averages in any order you need. A sliding window calculation can also be partitioned by one or more columns, just like a non-sliding window. A sliding window function contains specific functions within the. In addition to calculating aggregate and rank information, window functions can also be used to calculate information that changes with each subsequent row in a dataset. These types of window functions are called sliding windows. Sliding windows are functions that perform calculations relative to the current row of a dataset. You can use sliding windows to calculate a wide variety of information that aggregates one row at a time down your dataset. Running totals, sums, counts, and averages in any order you need. A sliding window calculation can also be partitioned by one or more columns, just like a non-sliding window. A sliding window function contains specific functions within the over clause to specify the data you want to use in your calculations. The general syntax looks like this. You use the phrase rows between to indicate that you plan on slicing information in your window function for each row in the dataset. And then you specify the starting and finishing point of the calculation. For the start and finish in your rows between statement, you can specify a number of keywords as shown here. Preceding and following are used to specify the number of rows before or after the current row that you want to include in a calculation. Unbounded preceding and unbounded following tell SQL that you want to include every row since the beginning or the end of the data set in your calculations. Finally, current row tells SQL that you want to stop your calculation at the current row. For example, the sliding window in this query includes several key pieces of information in its calculation. It first states that the goal is to calculate the sum of goals scored when Manchester City played as the home team during the 2011-2012 season. It then tells you that you want to turn the calculation into a running total ordered by the date of the match from oldest to most recent and calculated from the beginning of the data set to the current row. Your resulting data set looks like this, with a column calculating the total number of goals scored across the season, with a final total listed in the last row. Using the preceding data set looks like ordered by the date. It first states that the goal is to calculate the sum. Finally, current row calculation to specify the data you want to use in your counts and a wide variety of information relative to the current. These types of window functions are called sliding windows. Sliding windows are functions that perform calculations relative to the current row of a dataset. You can use sliding windows to calculate a wide variety of information that aggregates one row at a time down your dataset. Running totals, sums, counts, and averages in any order you need. A sliding window calculation can also be partitioned by one or more columns, just like a non-sliding window. A sliding window function contains specific functions within the over clause to specify the data you want to use in your calculations. The general syntax looks like this. You use the phrase rows between to indicate that you plan on slicing information in your window function for each row in the dataset. And then you specify the starting and finishing point of the calculation. For the start and finish in your rows between statement, you can specify a number of keywords as shown here. Preceding and finish in your row for each row. You use the phrase rows
Rows
between
between.
to indicate that you plan on slicing information in your window function for each row in the dataset.
Okay.
And then you specify the starting and finishing point of the calculation. For the start and finish in your rows between statement, you can specify a number of keywords as shown here. Preceding and following are used to specify the number of rows before or after the current row that you want to include in a calculation. Unbounded preceding and unbounded following tell SQL that you want to include every row since the beginning or the end of the data set in your calculations. Finally, current row tells SQL that you want to stop your calculation at the current row. For example, the sliding window in this query includes several key pieces of information in its calculation. It first states that the goal is to calculate the sum of goals scored when Manchester City played as the home team during the 2011-2012 season. It then tells you that you want to turn the calculation into a running total ordered by the date of the match from oldest to most recent and calculated from the beginning of the data set to the current row. Your resulting data set looks like this, with a column calculating the total number of goals scored across the season, with a final total listed in the last row. Using the preceding statement, you also have the ability with a number of goals scored across the season, with a final total listed in the last row. Using the preceding statement, you also have the ability to calculate sliding windows with a more limited frame. For example, the query you see here is similar to the previous one with a slightly modified sliding window. The phrase unbounded preceding is replaced here with the phrase one preceding, which calculates the sum of Manchester City's goal in the current and the previous match. As you see in the data set here, the two rows in red are used to calculate the sum on the second row, and the two rows in green are used to calculate the sum on the third row. There are a wide variety of sliding window calculations you can use to calculate information in your query. Let's practice here with some examples based on what we reviewed so far.
Oh, I think this Windows function, I'm new to it. I need to review it from scratch again. I need to take it from the beginning again. From this, it's over. Maybe the over function, Windows function was much more simpler. But I think I don't need to review it one more time for it to stick. So let's try to solve this challenge first and see if I can get over it. So sliding windows allows you to create running calculations between any 2 points in a window. Hmm? Sliding windows allow you to create Sliding windows allow you to create running calculations between any 2 points using the functions such as preceding, following, and current row. So sliding windows allow you to create running calculation. Remember running calculation, right? I kind of familiar with the running total. Running total is when you add, let's say you have a date, like today is September 3rd. Let's say we have September 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. When you're doing a running total from September 3rd, you go to September 4th, you add today's total to the next total, you join it together, you add the next come total. That's what we call running total. So I could use my idea of running total, the knowledge of running total, to understand this section here. I think that would be cool. So sliding windows allow you to create running calculations between any 2 points in a window using functions such as preceding, following, or current row. You can calculate running counts, running sums, which is running total, running averages, and other aggregate functions between any 2 points specified in the data set. So in this exercise, you will expand on the examples discussed in the video. Calculating the running total of goals scored by FCL Utrecht when they were the home team. during the 2011-2012 season. Do they score more goals at the end of the season as the home or away team? So complete the Windows function. I have to need the guide here. So complete the Windows function by accessing the running total of home goals scored by FC Utrecht. So create a running total by a running average of home goals. So running total is the calculation for running total and is the calculation for running average. Let's see. So home goal, that will be sum. We're going to calculate the running total here. Sum. After this live, so I need to go back to this Windows function all over again so I can have a good understanding of it. Sum home goal over. So we're going to use the Windows function, use the Windows function over here. Over order by. Then we need to do okay. So we want to do now the we want to do preceding, following, or current row. We need to put the rows between is there already. Okay, order by what? So I need to order by a particular column. So you are doing rows between. So calculate the running total and running average of home goals. Assessing the running total of home goals scored by SQL. Order both running average and by date. Okay, once you order it by date. You need to order by dates here. Order by dates. Rows between what and what. So rows between you want to use unbound preceding, you want to use unbound preceding, unbound following, or preceding or following or current row. So what am I using here? Let me read the instruction. So now I need to discuss what I want to use. Yeah, rows between. So this one is also sum. So I can understand this section here. Sum over order by date. So now our challenge is, am I using rows between, then is it preceding, following, or current? You expand on the complex discuss in the video, calculate the running total of goals scored when they were the home team during the delayed goals. So let me use unbound preceding then. Let's say hmm, let's use unbound preceding and current row. I'll say current row here. Current row. Then unbound preceding from the example. When I say from the example, you will expand on the example discussed in the video. I'll just say unbound unbound then preceding. You want E. Let me just copy this. Just on the dates. One in average. Let's submit. I still need to go over this Windows function one more time, even before moving to the next course. Oh, this one is average. So this one is not sum. This one is average. So select the date home go and away go. So select the date home go and away go. That should be from March. Create a running total and running average. So total, that's one. This is average, average uh, over. I'm using the Windows function here. This is over also. Order by definitely dates. Order by the dates. Order by the dates. Descending. So unbound preceding. Let's see that. Let's run the code and submit. Okay, rows between current row and unbound following. So once current row here, I still don't understand when to use the unbound preceding, unbound following, or even the current row. So I still need to go over this Windows function. Definitely one more time. So
Congratulations! You made it to the final lesson of the course. Throughout the course, we've covered a wide variety of methods for transforming, manipulating, and calculating data.
So I would love to end the live stream here because I don't really understand the sliding Windows function section. I need to go over this section, this last chapter of live stream, at least for the one, at least for an hour or 2 hours. So I will likely finish this remaining part of this section of this chapter of camera. I'll be starting a new section tomorrow. Sorry about that. I just have to end live stream. I need to understand how the I just don't want to be I don't know. There's a challenge. There's an understanding I have. I can easily figure out where the code is going to be. But I need to figure out when I'm supposed to use probably preceding, following, unbound preceding, unbound following, or current row. I don't really understand that part yet. So and I don't like learning like that. I need to go off live and do this offline because if I do it online, likely take me if I do it on live stream, it likely take me up to 2 hours, 3 hours for me to figure it out or go over the calculation. I like understanding how those calculations are happening inside the database, inside the rows, inside the columns. So that made the knowledge to stick more than just knowing that I'll just copy this code somewhere. No. So after the live stream today, right now we are just 45 minutes, 44 minutes into the live stream. I need to go over this section deeply well on my own and off live. So thanks for staying to the end of the live stream. If you come up across the live stream after the live stream has ended, do ensure to subscribe to the channel to support the channel and give this video a thumbs up also. Also, don't forget to check out the course by my coach, Big Adebiyi, in the YouTube description. The course is called Freelance Client Magnet Course, which teaches you how to become a successful freelancer and also give you access to Big Adebiyi one-on-one class and also Zoom weekend support session where it teaches you what to do and what not to do about freelancing to become a successful freelancer. Thanks for tuning in. Give this video a thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing to the channel and turn on the notification bell to know every time I go live for the next 100 days. Thanks, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Peace out.